The village of Ruidoso knows all too well the catastrophes they could face when it rains in those massive burn scar areas. The village, in fact, has been preparing for monsoon season with emergency response plans in place.
But with 3 lives lost, are the alerts actually reaching residents? News 13's Bella Olage is live in the Newsplex with the timeline of how people were notified and when.
That's right, Dean and Jess. Ruidoso does have sirens to evacuate the village that they used during the South Fork and Salt fires last summer. But they say since Tuesday's flooding was isolated to one area of town, those sirens were not used.
So as you can tell, it came on pretty sudden.
Tuesday, 8 a.m., Ruidoso residents were sent an alert on their phone from the National Weather Service, warning them of flash flooding later that day. But residents have gotten used to seeing these alerts over and over again all summer long.
We have so many issues that unfortunately sometimes when we all hear those alerts, we ignore them.
That's why the village says they have a multi-layered alert system in place. Residents and visitors can also opt in to the Call Me Ruidoso system, where alerts come from local agencies to your phone. On top of the integrated public alert system, or iPause, sending alerts straight to your cell phone. Here's a timeline of when those alerts were sent Tuesday. 8 a.m., the National Weather Service sent out an alert to cell phones. 2:15 p.m., another alert from the Weather Service was sent to cell phones saying flash flooding was expected to begin shortly, affecting areas along the Rio Ruidoso and those downstream of the Ruidoso Downs. 2:47 p.m., another weather center alert was sent, upgrading the warning to an emergency, ordering residents to seek higher ground. The Lincoln County Office of Emergency Services also put out an alert warning flash flooding was imminent in the Cedar Creek area. Just before 3, 2 more alerts went out from the Weather Service and Ruidoso Emergency Management saying flash flooding had been observed along the Rio Ruidoso. 3:30 p.m., a U.S. Geological Survey gauge along the Rio Ruidoso recorded a water level increase from 1.5 feet to nearly 6 feet. 3:55, that same gauge shows the Rio Ruidoso rose to more than 20 feet.
We had public works, we had fire, and we had police and parks and rec folks going along the Rio Ruidoso and evacuating communities as the wall of water was heading this way.
And if people still hadn't left their homes, response teams also went door to door along the Rio Ruidoso.
We did not have accurate data in terms of actual populations moving. There was no evacuation orders given. They were just move to higher ground orders.
But around 65 people didn't follow the warnings and had to be rescued. The mayor says it was unprecedented flooding they'll learn from.
So it's not just that we're relying on the alerts to let people know you have to get out. We understand that some people have alert fatigue.
The village of Ruidoso is urging residents to look out for phone alerts and to get to higher ground as more weather is expected to come. Also reminding residents that burn scar flooding is expected to impact the village for at least the next 3 to 5 years. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Bella. Ruidoso is also encouraging residents to opt in to their Call Me Ruidoso alert system. We have a link to sign up at krqe.com.